because I think that that's 100 years up to the 1900s, and then every 25 years up to 1942. And I want that to resonate with you and really think about that. So up to the 1900s, Buckminster Fuller recognized that knowledge had been doubling every 100 years. And then up to 1942, after 1945, the rate was jumped up to every 25 years. So in other words, to put this in context, human knowledge had been doubling approximately every 100 years. And by the end of 1945, the rate was every 25 years. So Buckminster Fuller's knowledge doubling curve with post-1982 and with the IBM company has now begun to say that knowledge has increased to now up to today, knowledge is doubling every 12 months. Now that's very profound and significant for us in higher education and for corporations, for leaders in corporations. So if knowledge is doubling every 12 months, that implies that what we learned 12 months ago is outdated. Now, this presents a challenge that no one individual can solve. And as we think about this, what is causing this knowledge explosion? Well, the first thing that we could look at is the internet. Because if you look at the internet, it estimate runs as high as 50 billion interconnected devices today. And so the amount of information generated by connected devices will likely match, if not outstrip, the amount of information generated by people. So the internet today is estimated that 50 billion interconnected devices today. So we live in a world now where we're living in real time through the use of a cell phone, that we can send it across the world to someone on the other side of the world. And it's sending information. Now, the second thing is big data. So security and private issues, notwithstanding, are increasing sophistication and ability to gather and analyze so much information, and is already providing new knowledge and insights that are increasingly helpful. Now think about that. We can't keep up with it. There's yet information and data on things that has not even hit the market yet. And so without this modern data, analytics and advanced computing technology that proves it a treasure trove of valuable information would go undiscoverable. So we got data, we got the internet, 50 billion devices are connected. Even tonight, I'm talking from here in Atlanta, Georgia, to you in Brazil. Now, the third thing is the advancements of science and invention. So we got scientific discoveries and new inventions that proceed at a blistering pace. According to the United States Patent Office, over the last 50 years, the number of annual patents increased from about 50,000 to more than 325,000. And that's just in the United States. That's not throughout the whole world. So now you could probably triple that several times over to see how many new inventions and devices that are coming out. So the new scientific discoveries and modern inventions replace older ideas, but more often these new discoveries and inventions are additive to what has already been invented. So I want to talk about and talk about the challenge of those three. So now with knowledge doubling every 12 months, and scientists are saying once they complete the build out of the internet, then knowledge will be doubling every 6 hours. Now, one of the challenges today as an educational institution and as a dean and as a professor and as a leader of an organization, knowledge now has a limited shelf life. So in other words, if we don't get it off the shelf and use it or break it down where it's understandable to those we serve, that knowledge will be outdated within 6 hours. Now, I was fascinated by that when I heard it in my graduate class, that this knowledge doubling curve and how fast knowledge was doubling. And as a leader, how important it was to make sure that I was getting the right knowledge to help the people that I was called to serve, or to help the university in making sound decisions based upon the right knowledge. Now, as we think about our topic of tonight, cooperation in higher education as a resource to overcome contemporary challenges, this fourth point that I want to share tonight is what brings Gwinnett Alpha and Beulah Heights together, and the necessity of Beulah Heights University and Gwinnett Alpha coming together in order to position our universities to be able to cooperate together in order to in higher education and use it as a resource to overcome contemporary challenges that we are all facing. Tom Friedman, in his book, The World is Flat, he simply laid out that now we live in a global community. No organization, no country can no longer be separate and cut off from the rest of the world. And because we are in a global communication, what is happening anywhere in the world has an impact on where we stay. Because the world now is interconnected and interdependent upon each other. This fourth point that is going to, for me, is going to establish the importance of this cooperation and us coming together is that the collaborative knowledge sharing society. And I want to say that again, the collaborative knowledge serving or knowledge sharing society. So it means that corporations, educational institutions must become collaborative and sharing the knowledge that each university, each organization have in order to help each other. Now, this collaborative knowledge sharing society is simply the growing interconnectedness of individuals, teams, and organizations create great opportunity for knowledge to be discovered, distributed widely, and enhanced by groups of people who in the past might have worked independently and perhaps been left in the dark. But today, new knowledge is developed and disseminated by collaborating teams than individuals. So let's take our team and let's say by Gwinnett and Beulah Heights collaborating together in order that we can address the contemporary challenges that challenge any organization, any university, in a pandemic and post-pandemic world. It's only through collaboration, because no one individual can address the knowledge doubling curve by him or herself. No one organization can meet the challenge of the knowledge doubling curve by their own internal structure and organization. Because knowledge is doubling so fast and so quick that only through collaboration can we address the contemporary challenges that come to higher education. And as we stated, and what was stated in the MOU, our Memorandum of Understanding Operate, is to be able to research together, to be able to dialogue together, to be able to share professors, to be able to offer experiences to our students, that they can begin to understand what it means to live in a global world and how to respond responsibly through the knowledge that we share together. And so as we think about this knowledge doubling curve that Buckminster Fuller developed, we can see just in our lifetime today how quick and how fast knowledge is doubling. And the importance that for each of us to be leaders and for each of our universities to operate at the highest level, collaborating and partnering together is the only solution to address the contemporary challenges that our world is facing today. And it's only by working together and truly embracing what it means to live in a global community, and truly what it means to be our brothers' keepers and to work together and to cheer each other and to share, that we can empower the students that come through our universities to become relevant change agents, not only in their country or in their context, but in the world. So I am excited about our partnership. I am excited about Dr. Carlos and Dr. Wilson and the rest of the faculty and professors there to be able to have conversations around knowledge and to develop ideas and to do research that will help us be a leader in academia in addressing contemporary challenges that every organization and every university across the world is facing today, with the challenge of being able to provide relevant knowledge content that address current day issues, and not just outdated issues. And Buckminster Fuller recognized this. And since the last I heard this in 2010, and it has simply blew me away at how much knowledge and how much technology and inventions that have changed since 2010. Today, here in America and all over the world, everybody has a smartphone. This device costs $1,000 here in America. But yet, I have not maximized all that this smartphone can do, because I haven't taken time to get the knowledge to understand it. And we see in technology that this phone here is outdated. Next year, they're going to come out with a new model with new inventions in this model. And that's how fast knowledge is doubling. So the knowledge doubling curve has presented a challenge to organizations, to leaders, that we must become collaborative. We must partner together. And that is why I am so excited about the relationship with your university and the relationship with your faculty and your students, because it gives me hope, and it also saved me from having to do all the work alone, because it can only be accomplished by a team coming together with one purpose, and that is to present knowledge that is current and relevant to those we are serving in our university. So thank you for this opportunity to share that. And I'm open for conversation, a dialogue, or whichever way you want to go with this, Dr. Wilson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jackson. I was very happy with your talk. I think the path of cooperation will always depend on the goodwill of the institution's leaders. We, Dr. Jackson, observed that, and thank you and other BHU leaders for the vision and of the future and opportunities that we have in our countries. I believe the first steps start today with your brilliant talk.
Thank you.
So let's start getting closer every day.
Yes.
Whenever possible, and always excited as you teach us. Thank you very much for our side.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite our rector, Professor Trindade, to say some words and ask for people if they have some considerations. And I'd like to register the presence of Professor Rodrigo. He's coming with us. Thank you very much for coming, and welcome, my friend.
Oh, you're so welcome, Dr. Wilson. Posso falar em português, né?
Pode.
Hey, Dr. Jackson, can I speak in Portuguese just a little while?
Sure.
Eu queria agradecer a oportunidade de estar aqui com vocês hoje e de estar presente junto com o professor Jackson, com o professor Carlos e o senhor também, professor Wilson. E eu acho que, como o professor Jackson deixou claro, essa parceria ela vai ser muito bem-vinda. E, como ele disse, a gente só consegue participar desse momento de dobrar o conhecimento estando juntos, unindo forças. E isso, com certeza, vai trazer muitos benefícios nessa parceria das instituições.
Com certeza, amigo. Eu só queria dizer para você que você não está enxergando, mas a sua coordenadora, Érica Land, está nos assistindo.
É mesmo, olha que coisa boa, Érica. Um grande abraço para você, Érica. Que bom. Inclusive, tenho um tio meu que também é professor na Unialfa, que está aqui presente, professor
Olha que
Valdir
legal.
Souto. Manda um abraço para ele.
Ah, que legal, que legal. Todos estamos aqui. Obrigado pela sua ajuda, pela sua intervenção importantíssima para que essa aproximação tenha sido possível. Eu gostaria de pedir, então, licença para passar a palavra para o nosso reitor, para fazer as considerações dele, que certamente terá. Professor Trindade, please.
Thank you, Professor Wilson. My internet connection is not as good today because I am in São Paulo. And right now, at this moment, I'm participating on 3 different meetings. That is one of the things, one of the challenges that the new world will present it to us. But anyway, I'm glad and I'm really impressed by how Professor Jackson translated one of the most challenges or the most challenging issues that we have today, which is how the human being can deal with knowledge from now on. Even though there is still so much to learn, so much to develop, so much to research, even though that, we still realize that we know nothing, that we have not yet touched the boundaries of the science or even other different fields of technology, medicine, and even soft skills, interrelationships, how the mankind will go forwards as a race that is part of this globe. So when we question ourselves about those things, we realize that we only can be a better person, a better individual, if we share knowledge, if we try to learn every day, and also we share what we have learned. Otherwise, we won't give any tiny step in terms of developing ourselves as individuals. Yeah. So as organizations, we must understand that we are a group of people. And if people must learn, organizations also must learn how to collaborate. And that's why we are anxious to work together with BHU and also have our researchers, our professors collaborating, exchanging ideas, and putting in place what they do best, which is bring together all the academic community to collaborate and to develop new ideas, to develop maybe new companies, new products, new scenarios, new economies. And I do believe both countries, United States and Brazil, are now facing political issues, economical issues, and only collaboration can solve those problems. We are talking on governmental level, we are talking on personal level, individual levels, organizational levels, but we, no doubt, we can only move forward if we collaborate. I assume there are lots of challenges today. There will be much more tomorrow, and not only the knowledge curve doubled every year, the amount of trouble, the amount of challenges, the amount of new findings will also challenge us as human beings. And that's why working together is so precious for us. And we need everybody to collaborate. Thank you very much, Professor Jackson. Thank you, Professor Wilson.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I agree with you. It's 100%. It's so many challenges, and it's no one individual, no one organization can meet that challenge. And that's the reason this relationship is so important to me and to Beulah Heights University.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. It's a very great opportunity to receive you. I insist that. And I'd like to invite you and some of your professors to stay with us, and also invite us for any participation of your meetings or your classes and something like that. We are together since today. Thank you very much for coming again.
Yes.
Thank you. And have a good night, Professor and Dr. Jackson.
Okay. All right. And I see someone asking who can see this transcript. I will send you my notes so that you can distribute it to whoever wants to see it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
All right. Good night. It's night here. Is it?
Yeah, it's night here as well, and hope to see you.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Thank you.
Hope to see you soon.
Yes, you will.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Thank you very much. We are with 484 participants now.
Wow.
Thank you very much for all of them. Thank you very much for coming and to stay with us.
Okay. All right.
Tá bom. Abraço, pessoal.
Abraço, Rodrigo. Obrigado por tudo.
De nada. Até logo, professor Wilson.
Rodrigo, grande abraço.
Para vocês também.
Rodrigo.
Nos vemos em breve. Até logo.
Abraço, amigo. Boa
noite. Boa noite.
Professor Trindade, grande abraço. Boa noite.
Boa noite, professor Wilson. Acho que vale a pena dizer a toda essa comunidade acadêmica que nos assiste hoje que nós, na Unialfa, estamos buscando um grau de internacionalização da nossa instituição. Isso vai ser muito bom através dessas parcerias internacionais. Nós queremos incluir inglês como segundo idioma, como parte do nosso programa de graduação e de pós-graduação. Esse é um dos nossos desafios, é até uma das provocações por nós estarmos trazendo palestras em inglês para que os nossos alunos tenham essa exposição e percebam que, num mundo globalizado, nós precisamos cada vez mais ampliar os nossos conhecimentos e horizontes. Percebam que, através da colaboração com outras instituições, nós conseguimos ser ainda maiores. E sempre lembrar aquilo que nós acreditamos e divulgamos. Juntos somos mais fortes. Então, eu agradeço a presença de todos, a audiência de todos. É um prazer tê-lo no nosso quadro de professores, professor Wilson. Agradeço a todos os professores que nos acompanharam também. Acho que é muito bom essa iniciativa de internacionalizar uma instituição de ensino superior em pleno centro-oeste do Brasil, sendo Goiânia a capital principal do centro-oeste. É um prazer trabalhar na Unialfa e um prazer trabalhar com essa equipe. Prazer também ter o grupo de marketing e ter todo o nosso pessoal de back-office aí que apoiou nessa transmissão. Vamos para a próxima, professor. Que esta seja a primeira de muitas.
Sem dúvida, sem dúvida. É um grande momento para a gente. E só uma notícia para os nossos alunos. Agora são 20 para as 8. Daqui a 10 minutos estaremos na nossa sala para continuar a nossa aula. Com muita alegria. Grande abraço para todos. Eu os vejo daqui a pouco.
Boa aula. Boa aula para aqueles que vão ter aula ainda.
Obrigado.